Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa. Get your education booklet in our daily newspaper, street sales, or at your school every Monday to Thursday for pre-primary up until grade 3. The lessons are for listening or watching online. Inside the newspapers, there is an insert of the lesson booklet. Please cut the top of the lesson booklet with a pair of scissors and fold it for ready to use. But there is more. We are also available on our online platforms, MyZone and Zoshi Facebook pages, and in addition, our website, Zoshi Online. To My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa and thank you so much for joining me today. Our theme this week is plants. And before we get into any lessons, boys and girls, we know that we need to sanitize. So let us take our sanitizer and we rub inside our hands, around our hands, in between our fingers, on our wrists and our fingertips too. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. For today's lesson, we'll be doing some drawing, tracing, and a collage. Now, boys and girls, let us go to the next page for our lesson, page 12. On page 12, we are going to be drawing, and not just anything, boys and girls, we are going to be drawing ourselves. So that big block there is for you to draw yourself. Now you can draw just your face or you can draw your whole body. And then underneath it, I'd like you to please write your own name. Now remember to shape all your letters correctly. Make sure that your name is clear and that we can all read it if we see it. Don't forget to color yourself. And please, when you are drawing, try and use as much space as possible. When you're done trying to draw yourselves, boys and girls, you can move on to the next page, page 13. Now on page 13, we're going to continue having so much fun by tracing. Today, we're going to trace on the dotted patterns without crossing the lines. So that means, boys and girls, that we need to take our time. Try also not to stop. Let's try and do the first one together. Now the first one we can see there is of a zigzag pattern. Let's try and use our finger first. So zig is going up the mountain and then zag goes down the mountain. That's why it's called zigzag. I have my zigzag pattern on the board. I'd like you to take a color or a pencil and let's try and do the zigzag pattern together. We start by putting our pencil at the beginning. Remember, press hard. That's the first rule. The second is to follow each trace line. And then the third is to take your time. So let's start. Zig and then zag. Good job, everyone. Zig, take your time, follow the trace lines, and zag. Good job. Sig. Up. Try hard not to move your pencil. Sag. Good job. Sig. Oh, this is my last one. And sag. Well done, everyone. We just made a zigzag pattern. So remember our 3 rules for any tracing. Number 1, press your pencil down hard enough. Then number 2, you must follow each trace dot. And then number 3, take your time. It will come out so beautifully if you do. When you're done with all your patterns and making them beautiful, let's now go to the last part of our lesson today. Now for the last part of our lesson on page 14, we are going to be doing what is called a collage. Now this is not our first time doing a collage, but this is actually our first time using different materials to try and make one collage. Now, the materials we're going to try and use today are leaves of a tree, the outer part of a tree's trunk, which is called bark, and then seeds. So we have 3 items that we can try and use: leaves, bark, and seeds. Now here in the classroom, I don't actually have real leaves or real seeds, but I do have picture ones. And those are the ones that I use to make my collage. So let's see and figure out if we did the right thing. Now, I don't have any bark in the classroom, but what I do have is a brownish color. So I decided to color. So in case you don't have any of these materials near you, it's okay, boys and girls. You can use colors instead, but try very hard to find either leaves, seeds, or bark. Now the seeds that I have put here are for different plants, but it still looks very beautiful. You are going to use your glue to paste them, and make sure that when you're using your glue, you are not wasting. Same thing with the leaves. We have all sorts of leaves, different colors, different shapes, all sorts of leaves. It's okay to use any. Just make sure that at the end of the day, it kind of looks like a tree. You can ask an adult to help you or even your siblings, but be very careful because we don't want to waste any glue, and if you're going to use a pair of scissors, make sure that you use it correctly and then store it away when you're done. So take your time, boys and girls. This exercise is going to be very fun. I know you're going to find all sorts of colors and seeds to put for your collage. And remember, it is supposed to be fun. So if you feel like it's not working, you can always stop and then try again later. Have fun, and I'll see you after the advert break.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoe and Zoshi.
Boys and girls, we have now come to the end of our lesson, but I hope you had fun. Remember, if you're not sure what to do or something is a little bit hard, that's okay. You can always ask a sibling or an adult for help. But make sure, boys and girls, that you try your best to finish everything by yourself. So now that we are done with our lesson and the activities, we need to make sure our hands are germ-free. So let's take our sanitizer and we rub inside our hands, around our hands, in between our fingers, on our wrists, and our fingertips too. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. I wonder, Zoshi said he was going to come with me so that we can look at beautiful plants outside. But I haven't seen him come in. Zoshi, are you here? Oh, there you are, Zoshi. So, from Zoshi and I, we would like to say thank you so much for joining me today, and goodbye.
Our online school will help you along the way. Find us at www.zoshi.online and download the booklet. Follow us on Facebook to never miss a video. Subscribe to our Zoshi Telegram channel if you want to receive daily updates. Proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Namibian Community Trust, UNICEF, My Zone Online School, Amos Meerkat Syllabus, and Capricorn Foundation.